Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. Today is a good day to talk about ADHD. We're going to dive into a topic that affects millions worldwide. Attention hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, is often misunderstood and oversimplified. It's frequently seen through a narrow lens, and it's just a label that's basically given to individuals who cannot sit still or focus. But ADHD is far more complex and more impactful than that. By the end of this talk, I hope we can all gain a deeper understanding of ADHD, grounded in science, compassion, and a recognition that ADHD is a unique way of processing the world. It's not just a label, it's a different way of experiencing reality. What is ADHD, you might ask? ADHD is a neurodevelopment disorder characterized by persistent patterns of inattention hyperactivity and impulsivity, according to American Psychiatric Association's 2013. These behaviors are not occasionally lapsed or minor distractions. They are continuous and can affect areas of life, from relationships to work performance. As Dr. Russell Barkley, a leading ADHD researcher, explains, ADHD is not just a childhood condition. It is often persistent in adulthood, affecting personal, careers, and relationships. This is why ADHD is considered to affect people lifelong, not just something kids outgrow, according to Barkley, 2014. Prevalence of ADHD. ADHD is common than many people realize, according to research by Polanski and colleagues, 2007. About 5 to 10% of children worldwide have ADHD. And it's not just a U.S. phenomenon. ADHD affects children across the globe. However, there are a few different keys how ADHD manifests in boys and girls. Boys are diagnosed with ADHD as much as higher than girls. This is often because boys typically display more overactive symptoms like hyperactivity, which is easier to identify, but research by Goob and Carlson, 1997, shows that girls with ADHD are often overlooked because their symptoms are settled and not noticeable. Internalized forms of inattention, daydreaming, or social difficulties. This leads to a significant underdiagnosis in girls, and consequently, many girls with ADHD grow up without the support that they need. So what's going on in the brain of someone with ADHD? ADHD is linked to neurological differences that affect how the brain processes information. For example, studies have shown that individuals with ADHD often have differences in brain structure and function, particularly areas like the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for executive functions like decision-making, impulse control, and planning. Castellanos, 2002. Additionally, neurotransmitters, chemicals in the brain like dopamine and norepinephrine, play a huge role in regulating attention and impulse control. Research by Dr. F. Xavier Castellanos and colleagues, 2002, found that these neurotransmitters often don't function properly in people with ADHD. This dysregulation is thought to contribute to the symptoms and inattention, impulsivity, and hyperactivity that we see in ADHD. The challenges faced by individuals with ADHD. Living with ADHD often means facing significant challenges, and these challenges are not just about not paying attention. People with ADHD struggle academically because of difficulties with focusing and organization. DePaul and Stoner, 2014, point out that children with ADHD tend to underperform in school even if they are capable of doing better because they have trouble staying on task, following through with assignments, and organizations, their thoughts. I currently have thought of times when I was in high school and in elementary school and could remember not being able to concentrate because of ADHD. Socially, ADHD can be isolating, impulsively inattentive, and difficult interpreting social cues can make it hard to maintain friendships. Dr. Berkeley, 2014, suggests that social struggles with children can lead to frustration and low self-esteem. Imagine being so frustrated that you just didn't have any type of go. So, particularly for children who may be consistently disciplined or told that they're lazy or disruptive, that can make someone's self-esteem lower as well. But the emotional impact of ADHD can be even more profound. ADHD often coexist with anxiety, depression, and frustration, and these emotional struggles are just as significant as the cognition challenges. Misconceptions about ADHD. Unfortunately, ADHD is surrounded by a number of myths and misconceptions. Some people still believe that ADHD is simple, a lack of discipline, or poor parenting. Hollowell and Ratley, 2005. Others argue that ADHD is overdiagnosed, especially in children. But research shows that ADHD is not only real, it's also often underdiagnosed, particularly in girls, as I mentioned earlier. The notion that ADHD is overdiagnosed comes from misunderstanding about the diagnosis criteria. ADHD manifests in different ways across individuals, which can make it harder to identify. It's not about acting out. It's about a deeper neurological difference in how attention and impulse control are regulated. As Berkeley 2014 emphasizes, ADHD is a legitimate, significantly validated neurological condition that requires understanding and not judgment. Strategies for support. So how can we better support individuals with ADHD? Research offers several strategies. Structure, routine, a clear explanation, or expectations are crucial for people with ADHD to succeed. DePaul, Stoner, 2014. For instance, breaking tasks down into smaller steps and using organizational tools to help, like a checklist that can help individuals with ADHD stay on track. Additionally, fostering emotional regulations through mindfulness and behavioral strategies can reduce impulsivity and help individuals manage their emotional responses. Zakowski, 2008. These strategies will work best by the brain's natural ability to wire and adapt, something that ADHD treatments like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, also leverages. While that's said, the positive sides of ADHD present significant challenges. It also offers unique strengths. People with ADHD are often highly creative, energetic, and able to hyper-focus on tasks that capture their interests. Kuji, 2010, some of the most successful and innovative individuals in history have had ADHD, including Olympic athletes like Michael Phelps, Simone Biles, both of whom create their ADHD for their drive and focus on in sports. Hollowell Ratley, 2005. Recognizing the positive attributes of ADHD is crucial. It allows us to reframe ADHD not just as a disorder, but as a different way of being, one that can be harnessed for success and innovation. The future of ADHD research. As ADHD research continues to evolve, so does our ability to treat and understand it. New treatments, both pharmaceutical and therapeutic, are emerging, offering more personalized approaches. For example, studies on neurofeedback training the brain to regulate its own activity, showing promising results for managing ADHD symptoms. That's Arns, 2014. Mindfulness-based interventions have also shown to help improve attention, reduce impulsivity, and manage emotional dysregulation. Zakowski, 2008. As we continue to expand our knowledge, we can offer better, more individualized support for people with ADHD, empowering them to thrive in all areas of life. So in the conclusion for this TED Talks, ADHD is a complex disorder, but it is not a simple label. It's a different way of processing the world around us. With the right support, we as individuals with ADHD can overcome challenges, harness their strengths, and lead fulfilling lives. Let's move beyond the stereotypes and see ADHD through a lens of empathy and understanding it. By embracing neurodiversity, we can create environments where people with ADHD not only survive, but thrive. Thank you for watching and listening to my ADHD TED Talk. I do have some slides that you can look at and flip through, and thanks.